Hello, everyone. Welcome. So glad that you're here today. If you're watching on the replay, I'm glad you stopped by. Anyway, today I am working on what I call my Moonlight Cat. This is one from Temu, and I have had it for a while. It's one that I'm kind of working on here and there. Show you a picture of it. Right here is the one that I'm working on. I think that this one is such a pretty canvas. Hello, Kathy. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you this morning. Anyway, it is so cold here. Morning, Grams, Margie, Miss Lizard, Jeannie, welcome. How is everyone doing this morning? Okay, I'll show this one more time. I know that y'all are kind of angled. That's the only way I can get my camera to record this morning. But this is what I'm working on right now. This is a Temu painting. So I'm just kind of doing this random squares, and I don't have it here. It's over there. But anyway, I just roll a dice and count from where I'm at, and that's the one that I do. Morning, Margie. And just in case I missed you, I'm not sure if I did or not. Karen, welcome. So glad to see you here. But anyway, my week has been so busy, and I have not even had time to put out one single video this week. I had the kids on Wednesday and Thursday. They were out of school all week. And then Tuesday we had actually went to Fort Smith, and we had to go up to Lowe's for something. I don't remember. Josh had to go up there for something. Anyway, we went up there, and the roads between here and Fort Smith were terrible. They hadn't done anything to them. Thank you so much, Margie. And so it took us over an hour to get to Fort Smith, which normally it's only like 30-40 minutes to get there. So we did that on Tuesday, and it has been so cold here. I have not went walking once. Hi, Tita. How are you? So I haven't done that, but I am like 0.2 pounds away from losing 20 pounds. So I'm really excited about that. And then, of course, Wednesday and Thursday, we had the kids here, and it's 13 degrees outside today. We still have snow on the ground. So it is still really, really cold out. We had 2 days that we got into the 40s, and it wasn't enough to melt the snow all the way, but and then on top of that, my craft room in the back of the house, not this room, this is the one that I use during the winter, but the one in the back of the house, once the snow started melting some off of the house, it completely started leaking in like 3 places. we knew there was a leak in one spot, but it had never leaked anywhere else but that one spot, and now it's leaking in the other areas. Luckily, it did not leak on my diamond paintings. My diamond paintings are still in safe areas, so. But we're gonna have to look at getting a roof on that back room. And then once we do that, maybe the next year we might decide to go ahead and put new windows and stuff in so I can use that room year round. So it has been a busy week with the kids being here, and on top of that, Josh has been off work at his second job all week. We had planned on taking this week that he had scheduled it off a while back to use up some of his PTO. But we had planned to go to Texas this week and just go up there to like some of the casinos and stuff. But then we got the snowstorm in, so that kind of blew that out of the water. So we just stayed around the house. So me recording in the living room was not an option. I do, however, have all 12 of my Randall Spanglers set out to do my videos on them. I just haven't got to do it yet. But yesterday, while Joshua was at work, we went up to Michael's, and I did not get any diamond paintings, but apparently they fixed my Michael's card, and that was one of the main reasons I went up there, was just to make sure that it was working like it was supposed to. And I ended up, they had one of the blue carts left. They're originally like $40. They had one that was on clearance left. So I ended up buying another cart. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but there are these, I'm trying to get it in here. The Simply Tidy carts, they've got wheels, they're metal carts, they've got the three tiers. And I love these little carts because I can move my stuff around in them from one room to another. Right now I've got one of my 3 panels that I'm working on in one of them. That way I can take it wherever I want to work on it at. Let me see. I know I took a picture of how I've got the trays. It's just a mishmash of trays that I have in it. I know it's here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. That is the type of tray, the type of carts that I'm talking about. But I really need to go through here and delete some of these off of here. Yeah, I absolutely love them. And if you have the 45 count ForeverYoung trays, the box that it comes in and the trays will actually fit in that perfectly, so that you could keep your trays on top. But I've got one of my 3 panels, and whenever I kitted this up, I had almost all of my trays in use. So let's see if we can get this on here right so y'all can see it. This is how I've got it set up for that 3-panel. I've just got a mishmash of trays in there. And eventually I'm going to get more of the Diamond Art Club ones and fill this whole thing up. But anyway, that works perfect for my smaller paintings, and then I put the actual panels in the second tier of it. But I already bought some of these. They're just the little 2 bins. You know what? I'm going about this all the wrong way. There y'all go. I don't know why I didn't do that a while ago. Just not awake yet, but I got these, and these hang on the side of the carts. So altogether, I've got 5 of those carts. I've got 4 of these, so I'm going to get me 1 more of them eventually. And then I also got these tray dividers, which you just put on there. That way I can keep my, trying to show this, and it's not working. They just set in between the tray like that. So I can divide out my trays for diamond painting with these little dividers. So I need to get some more of these, but I thought I'd try 1 pack first. And then, of course, I got that 1 more tray, one more cart, which I've still got to put 2 of my other ones together. So now I do have one for each room that I diamond paint in, including the back craft room, which I haven't set up yet. And I have one for the camper. Yes, I really do like it. They've even got little clips that you can buy for them to where you can put like washi tape. You can hang washi tape on the sides of it. And I have not got that yet. I really need to start using washi tape. But I always forget about it. So I'm going to zoom this back in. Oop, wrong way. Y'all don't want to see all that. And this is the spot that I'm working on. This painting, for being a budget painting, is actually turning out really, really pretty. They are very much multi-use. In fact, whenever I was checking out with that one, the lady at Michael's told me that she bought 2 of them that were identical, and she uses them for end tables on her bed because they were just, she was looking at nightstands and stuff, and they were so expensive. They were like $100 each, so she got 2 of those. And she said she loves them. And that wasn't even for a craft thing. That was just, yeah. Well, this I've actually had in my stash for probably a year. I have not bought from Temu in a long time. But even whenever I bought it, I don't think I paid more than $10 for this canvas. And I absolutely love it. Oops, I think I just put the wrong color down there, but that is okay. Nobody will notice. Hi, Joanna. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you. The one that I am working on right now, I'm working on this canvas. It's just such a pretty canvas. I love it. I have done good. I haven't bought any more Diamond Art Clubs since I bought my Randall Spangler here lately. You saw nothing? Yes. I do that all the time. If I put one down on the wrong, if it's just one drill, I'm not going to take that one drill up. It can be the odd one out on the canvas as long as it's not too noticeable. Thank you. I love this canvas. Even though it's a budget, it's turning out really pretty. I do have my coffee, and I've been cheating lately. We've been drinking a lot of coffee lately because it's been so cold. So I went and got a regular coffee maker and started making pots of coffee because my pods were getting too expensive to have like 2 and 3 a day for each of us. That is so true, Granny. But I decided to put it in, see if I can tip this without, there, you can kind of see it. I decided to use my snowman coffee cup today because there's still snow on the ground. But yeah, it has just been something of a week. And I've got a little video that I recorded whenever I was on my way to town that I was going to post and just never did. I'll probably add something to it. It's only like a 2 or 3 minute video showing how bad the roads were in the rest of the town compared to the roads in town last week. And that was like Thursday. And if I would have went the other way, y'all would have, they didn't get the roads going towards Fort Smith cleared hardly at all till Thursday afternoon at some point, and even then they were just barely passable. At least for me, I did not even get my car out to drive in this until Thursday. Good morning, Rhonda. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you. But I will be driving my car to work today. I'm sure the roads are pretty passable now. And this is what was funny. Courtney, the first 2 or 3 days in this, she didn't go to work and stuff. And she was afraid to drive in it and all of that. And then she has only had her car for about 6 months. And she texted Josh and said, I could have been going to work the last few days. I thought my car was only 2-wheel drive, but it has all-wheel drive on it. So the first 2 or 3 days, she didn't go anywhere in her car, only to find out that it actually had all-wheel drive. So she was pretty excited about that, and then she made it all the way to Altus and back. And she was She was so proud that she was actually able to get her car out and drive. Now, my car, the first few days, I couldn't even get it out of the driveway. That it's 13 degrees here this morning. I am not even looking forward to going outside to go to my car. But I do have to go to work today. Last weekend, though, we were out of there by 10 o'clock or a little bit after 10 every day last week because just couldn't get there. They couldn't show up. We did not even ship to the stores for, I think it was Saturday and Sunday. They didn't even ship to the stores at all. And then on Monday, it was only meat and produce that they shipped. So, and it was like half of our trucks were not even showing up. And then the ones that were coming in, they were having to borrow shovels and stuff to try to, whenever they went to leave, they would have to try to get out of the doors. Some of them were getting stuck in the doors and couldn't move. So, and every day we had 9:05 appointments, so we have to at least wait till 10:05 before we could just say that they were not coming. Because if they got there at 10:04, we had to unload them. That's just the way it is there. I do not like this weather at all. I don't like the cold. Eventually, Rhonda, I'm going to be going back up to Branson, Missouri. Last time we went, I wanted to go on the Branson Bell, and they didn't have any available whenever I went up there, so I didn't get to go on that. But I want to go back up there and go there. And whenever we went up there last time, we took our camper and stayed at, was it Lake Catherine? I don't remember which park we stayed at, but it was just, I loved being able to take my camper up there and actually, instead of going to a hotel or anything. But eventually we'll get back up there. Let's see. I am doing the bees, yes. I start chatting and then I forget which one of these I am working on. These are I can't remember what trays these are. It starts Maxuni trays. These ones are they're really good trays, except whenever they line up your drills, they're up and down like this instead of the other way. But these have been really good trays as well. I'm addicted to all my storage ones. I went on the Branson Bell once, but my daughter is almost 30, or yeah, it's hard to believe she'll be 30 in just a few months. And whenever she was first born, I think she was about 6 weeks old, my brother offered, and his wife offered to watch her so that me and Josh could go up there and spend just a few nights up there. So we did that, and we went on the Branson Bell then, and I have not been able to go on it again since. I know. Time just completely flies by. I can't believe she's that old now. She's my oldest. She was 2 months old the day that I graduated high school. So I can't even believe I've been out of school that long. Yeah, my youngest is 23. He he just had a birthday on the 27th. His birthday was Tuesday. He wanted to go to Golden Corral for his birthday. That's why we went to Fort Smith on Wednesday. We went up there and had Golden Corral, and I've never seen that place with so few people in it. Normally it is packed in there, but it wasn't. So he got to have all the steak and stuff that he wanted. And there was quite a few things there that I could have too, even on my diet. And then yesterday, while we were in Fort Smith waiting on Josh to get off of work, we went to Village Inn, and there was a lot of stuff on the menu that I could have from there. So I was really happy. Yeah, it's crazy how fast they grow up. My oldest grandson is 9. I can't even believe that he's that old. And then the youngest one is a year old now. So what? Oh, Josh is home. I was wondering why my camera kept going off. Josh went to check on his mom, make sure everything was okay over there. We have been having to drip our water around here because we don't want the pipes to freeze. Yeah, Joshua turned, I said 23, I think. No, it's 24. I can't believe they're all that old. And Zachary isn't too far behind Courtney because they are only like 6 months apart. Hi, Sandra. How are you? Welcome. So glad to see you here. We have already been on here for 30 minutes. I start talking and everything, and time just flies by. Yeah, last night I had my electric little throw. I use it like a heating pad. I lay it down on my mattress, and then I set it for like an hour so that it'll just keep it kind of warm. I know. And you would think that I would not spend nearly as much money on them now. But now it's not the kids that we spend the money on, it's the grandkids. fact, there was something out at Walmart the other day, and it was on clearance. And I was like, well, Courtney will need that for the kids. So I went ahead and bought it. It's just second nature. You see something that they might need or want, and you go ahead and buy them. But it's crazy. Okay, let's see. I'll show you, Sandra, what I'm working on. I think if you watched my stash video, you've seen, or my WIP video, you've seen this, but let's get this back in the camera again without the glare. This is the one that I'm working on right now. And let's see. I have just this thing that has a bunch of different dice in it, and that's how I pick which one I'm going to do on this one. Because once I finish this square, I'll just take one of the dice out of here and roll it, and like that has 19 on it, I'll just count 19 squares, and wherever that's at, that's the one that I would do next. But yeah, this is what those little dividers look like. They go into that cart. I definitely need more of those. My daughter actually got me started on this. Where's my phone at? And ignore this room. I have never painted the walls in here. This used to be my daughter's room a long time ago. Let me get my camera. Okay, I keep this one up on the wall to remind me of where my diamond painting started from. And as pixelated as that is, this was my very first diamond painting that I ever did. And my daughter got me started on it. And I just fell in love with diamond painting after working on this one. And then I told myself that I would never get a diamond art club or anything like that. So I did good for about the first 6 months or so. And then I had watched a YouTube video on somebody unboxing the Minions one, and I fell in love with it. But I was not willing to spend the money on it. And then what does my daughter do? The daughter that got me started on diamond painting? She goes and buys the Minion one for me. And that was it. I was hooked on a lot of the premium ones. I still love my budget paintings too. I still do a lot of budget, especially like the diamond dots and the panels and all of those. But she bought that one for me. It took me a year working on it on and off to be able to complete it. And back then there was no multi-placing. I just did it one drill at a time. I don't even know if I have a picture of it on here still. Let's see. If I do, it'll be way, way back there. Probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I'll have to look for it again some other time. But that one still hangs on my wall. That one will be one that never gets switched out for a different one. Thank you, Rhonda. Yes, she is a very big influencer on my diamond paintings. And even though we have a completely different taste in diamond paintings, yeah, she's definitely the one that got me started on it. And I got so many in there but I am bound and determined to get my Randall Spanglers done this year. And then next year I'll probably pick either a theme of the year or an artist to do next year too. But I need y'all, once I get my stash video up on my Spanglers, I need y'all to help me decide which one to kit up. Because I want a second one going along with my snow castle, because that one's supposed to be my year-long one. And I thought I only had like 2 rounds. I think I've got 4 rounds out of all of my Spanglers. But I've had some of them for a while, and Julie gifted me, I think Julie gifted me 2 of them, and Tita gifted me 1 of my Spanglers. So I cannot wait to start on all those. My heater finally kicked off. I think my heater has been running nonstop today. It seems like, anyway. I hope that this did not freeze up. Okay, it didn't freeze on there. I don't know if the chat froze up. So the last one that I have is this one. Hopefully it didn't freeze. Are y'all still there, or did I freeze? Let's see. Go to my YouTube and see if I can get. Okay, it's not froze. I just thought it was. But I guess my daughter's here for something. But anyway, so what are y'all working on today? That is so true. Grams, I've always been a multi-whipper, and I always like to have at 3 at least. I want a square one, a round one. Hello? Okay. Okay, that's fine. But we may be gone by the time you get back. Okay. Okay. Bye. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I always have to have a square, a round, and at least one smaller project to work on. But most of the time I have quite a few more than just three of them. That's why I have like 7 sets of trays, it seems like. But I think the next one that I'm going to start on that is not a spangler, I'm really, really thinking about starting on my red truck daisy heel because I have not started that one yet. And that one was actually my very first YouTube video that I ever actually posted. It was the very first unboxing that I ever did. I can't say it's the first one that I recorded because I recorded like 4 or 5 and chickened out of posting them before that one, but that one was actually the very first one that I posted. So I'm really thinking about getting that one kitted up and doing that one. Do I have it close enough to grab? I'm not done with it yet. Okay. Let's zoom this back out. Get to the right screen here so I can zoom it back out so y'all can see it. See if I can turn it just a little bit. But yeah, this is all that. Let's cover this up so that I do not get a book stuck on it, which it's okay because I've done that before. A baby wipe works wonders. But I got that one done. Gotten that one done on my sticker book. And this is the only actual sticker book I have. I want to get the ones that Granny showed. That one that's like a full drill. I do want to order that one, but it'll be next payday before I can get it. I had to pay an extremely high electric bill this month. Even though we have solar panels too, our electric bill was still $300 this month. And it's the same next month. So, pretty expensive right now. And I actually completed this one before I went to bed last night. Got it done. So I've got 3 left to do in this book. Or 4 left to do. I can't count. I've got 4 left to do. I know. It's ridiculous how much the electric is. It's like it went up over $100 just in the last few months. So I'm hoping it's not going to be like that all the time, but I don't know. I wish that our solar panel deals were like the one that they have in Oregon. Let's see. Let's zoom this back in. Okay. Gotta turn it. If you hear my grandsons in there, I'm sorry. They seem to be arguing a little bit. But they'll be okay. That one was the Charlie Brown Christmas sticker book, but I want the one that's the full drill. Or not full drill. Y'all know what I mean. I've got it in my wish list. Hold on. Maybe I'll be able to show it to you. Or my cart, unless my brother has moved it out of my cart, which is a big possibility. Where is it at? This one. The Mary Engelbreit. Why is... Come on. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's the Mary Engelbreit one. That is actually the one that I want to get because it's like a full drill, except it's a sticker by number. See? Why is it not showing on here very well? It's just not showing very well on there, but I definitely want to get that one. Yeah, well, a while back, they changed the laws here in Arkansas about solar panels. So we do not get, it seems like we're not getting as much from them as we used to. I completely agree, Miss Lizard. I hate the cold. I literally hate being cold. I cannot wait for the springtime and the summertime to get back. In fact, I've got my little electric throw that I use like a heating pad before I go to bed at night. I turn it on and it'll stay on for an hour and then it'll go off. Otherwise, if I don't have it to go off after an hour, I'll wake up and I'll just be sweating. Cannot go back to sleep. But I do have to say that I'm doing a lot better with sleeping since I've lost some of this weight. Yeah, we've had ours for about 3 or 4 years now. We're still paying on the solar panels, so it's definitely not helping us right now. Hopefully, in the long term, it'll help later on, but yeah, mine has a timer on it. You can set it on 1, 2, 3, or 4 hours. And whenever I used to go camping in my van, I would take that with me, and that would basically be what I used to keep me warm on the colder days whenever I would go, like in fall and stuff. Because it would only take about half of the battery in my Jackery, and then I could recharge it the next day with the solar panels. Well, we don't actually have that a lot here. I think I have maybe had like 2 or 3 door-to-door salesmen the whole time that I've been here. And basically, they were just selling like books. Let's try to zoom this back in. I still have to try out the Stream. Is it Streamlab, Granny? I think that's what it was. Stardust, I did not even know you were in here. Where have you been hiding at? Huh? Stardust just jumped up on the bed. Yes, I still have to try that out, but I want to do it on a test one, not my main one. I started talking to you, so you decided to come over here? You want to say hi? Huh? Let's see. See if y'all can get a little bit of her. You can see her fur. This is Stardust. Let's cover this up and I'll let you get up there and say hi. She's like, nope, I don't want up there right now. I just want in your lap. You want out? Nope. She wanted back on the bed. Okay. She's like, I'm not being sociable today. Thank you. I love her to death, but she drives me crazy a lot too. Oh, that's good, Miss Lizard. I'm glad that you woke up feeling better. Um, yeah, last night whenever I was diamond painting in the living room, in there I have a bigger chair to sit in. So whenever I'm in there, Bullet'll come over and bark at me until I let him get up in the chair behind me. And then you'll see Stardust and I can go, no. And she'll stop where she's at, but she gradually sneaks her way over so that she can get in my lap while I'm diamond painting. And if I'm not giving her enough attention, then she's like, she'll nudge my hand and stuff, trying to get more attention. And it's cold. Now, I've told y'all before that I keep a litter box in the house for her, but I do not have to clean it out or anything very often at all because she always goes out the doggy door. It's a different streaming device or a different streaming service like StreamYard. But anyway, she always goes outside and goes through the doggy door to use the restroom and everything, so I don't have to change out the litter box hardly at all. Well, since it's been this cold this week, she is actually not going outside. She has actually been using the litter box inside, which is very unusual for her because she does not like being cooped up inside all the time. The one day that it was like a little over 40 degrees out, she was outside all day long. She was like, I have been stuck in this house. I'm not going to miss out on this warmer weather. And her coat is so thick. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try that out soon. I just haven't done Streamlab yet. I haven't been able, like yesterday, whenever I took Josh to work. That's whenever I plan on testing it out, is whenever I'm up there and just doing a pop-up live. But like yesterday, well, Josh went with me to take Joshua to work. So we went up into Fort Smith and we went to Michael's, we went to Golden Corral. Where else did we go to? I know we went somewhere else and I can't remember where it was at. We went to Harbor Freight on Tuesday whenever we went up there. I didn't find much there, but they do have their own brand of like a jackery now. But of course, with the snowstorm, they were actually sold out of it. So I'm going to look into that later to have a second smaller one. I love my jackery that I have for camping. It's wonderful. I've had it for 5 or 6 years. But I am definitely going to try to get a new one later. Or a smaller one so that I can just use it to like charge smaller things. Oh my gosh, we are already at 56 minutes. I can't believe this has went by this quickly. So, I'm going to have to say goodbye to everybody. I've got to go and start getting ready for work, unfortunately. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Take care, everyone. If you don't mind, if you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. Hi, KY Philly. How are you? I'm just fixing to get off. I'm sorry. But anyway, everyone have a good weekend. If you haven't subscribed, I would love to have you subscribe. Give me a like on your way out. Everyone take care. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone. You did. Thanks for stopping by though. Take care, everyone. Bye.